Let's take a look at some stats before we go to the next video. So young mothers aged 20 to 24 are more likely to live in poverty than older mothers. Did you guys know that? Yeah, makes sense. Give us another one. Over 60% of single mothers report financial struggles as a primary stressor. Children in single parent homes are twice as likely to experience economic hardship. Sad. Early motherhood often correlates with interrupted education and limited earning potential. Social media often presents a highlight reel of motherhood masking financial and emotional challenges. You know what? Have you? I saw somewhere. Maybe I read it in a statistic, Felice and Dr. Sabrina. Maybe you could speak to this, and also you, Miss Black Hollywood. But they said children in single parent households, children that are raised by men are turned out to be, more successful, more well rounded. Is that a true statement? What would you say, Dr. Sabrina? Have you heard that?
I haven't heard that, but I don't find that hard to believe when we look at maybe even pay disparities. I could see that among men, between men and women, I could see that may be possible. And I'm listening to the conversation again. The thing that I really want a lot of our listeners to take away from is something that Dr. Felice said earlier about a single mother that has the struggle of taking care of the kids, but also meeting the right here, right now needs. One of the things we're dealing with right here in Jackson, Mississippi today is just an epidemic of women who are homeless, essentially. They live in extended stay hotels here locally because they have nowhere else to go. They have nothing else. About 2 months ago, we literally had a woman that gave birth on the streets, downtown Jackson, Mississippi. That's how bad this stuff is getting out here. And so to engage in this conversation, this would be something that young women across America, young Black women across America are able to hear and really, really understand that this thing is real, and that when we make certain decisions, the pathway forward is already laid out. We don't have to guess how it's going to turn out. It's already laid out. And so you don't have to make the same quote unquote mistake that other people are making. You're making a choice at this point. But I don't wish it on anybody, because it is hard. And again, I keep echoing, it's hard when there are two of us trying to do this. So I can only imagine, and my heart goes out to those that are trying to do it by themselves, these young mothers.
Yo, listen. Anonymous said Jackson, Mississippi is the poorest state in the union, which is true. And Jackson, Mississippi is not a real place. My son just called me an hour ago. He's like, "Mom, I got into an accident at the car wash. Somebody bumped into him. He got a little bitty dent. This lady who bumped into him at the car wash, she said, we can get $10,000. They took her ass out of the stretcher. Her ass called the ambulance. He got a bump like this. She called the ambulance. This is a few minutes ago. They took her ass out on the stretcher. I said, boy, I was on the phone with him. Boy, you better not get your ass on. She said, we can get paid. Boy, you better not get your ass in that ambulance. Anyway, so for you, Tierra, do you find, or have you seen that men who are like single parent households where there's a man involved, that the children become out to be more well-rounded?
Just watching my daughter with her father, right? Like her dad is the disciplinarian. He is a lot of the time the one that's, the leader, right? I allow him to kind of lead us. In the beginning, before we had our baby, or when I found out I was pregnant, we sat down and we really talked about it. And he was like, listen,